looks like we are getting this first race underway soon as the streams are nice and synced up, and away we go.
Okay, now I can actually pay attention and commentate. Sorry, so our frivolous leader Forky, in all his infinite wisdom, forgot to turn on the bot for the races, so I've had to manually go like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And
Race
with
bot
that,
areas does get pretty hype.
Raikou actually takes the lead with a 23-second stage 1.
Yeah, both players are able to mix in some combos in these chains. I mean, Raikou does play a little bit of Pokemon Puzzle League, so he knows about the importance of combos, even though they're played a little differently in the speedruns of that version. But, you know, Jake also has done multiple speedruns of Pokemon Puzzle League as well, so he knows why combos are so important. So yeah, I expect this one to be very, very hotly contested, even though the seeds may not necessarily reflect that. Oh, Jake almost getting that kill on Bumpty. Bumpty trying to be a bit of a butt.
Didn't work out. Got him at 37 seconds.
Okay, I see a follow-up 6 chain from Raikou, and the screen shakes a lot from that big chain, so a little time gets wasted there, but it's still under 30 seconds, so it's not all bad.
And 30 seconds is whereabout these players want to sit around for their stage times, at least in the first portion, correct?
In a perfect world, you would see all of the stages in the beginning under 20 seconds, but that's really sometimes up to the whims of the game. Like if you're not able to send the right amount of garbage to these foes at the exact right time, then time will be lost. But 30 seconds is not awful by any stretch, especially for trying to win these matches at this level. 30 seconds is definitely good enough. So there's a 26 from Raikou's Poochie as Jake enters that stage with only an X6 chain. No combos on it. Couple combos following up, but still not quite enough, so more work is needed there. Raikou getting a follow-up 3 chain on top of everything else, going second tier to clear that garbage. A bit unfortunate there. But still 29 seconds. Like these stages have not been awful. There just haven't been too many good ones, so he hasn't managed to pull away. All right, Jake. I see what you're doing. See that 5 chain, following up with a 4, 5, 6 chain. I'm leaving it at that, and that looks like a 4 skill. Yep, Froggy was not going to have any more available moves. So good work. Yeah, if your first chain can't beat these foes, then it might be better to try and set up 2 intermediate-sized chains to beat these foes with some reasonable consistency of pace. That might be the safe way to go about beating these foes, even if it's not super fast.
Looks like Raikou is keeping his lead right now, with the 1 stage difference, but Jake is kind of nipping on the heels there a little bit. Shortening the gap.
And Lunchfish being a troll, Raikou hasn't done himself any favors with the right amounts of chains, but Lunchfish tends to clear a lot.
Ooh.
So a lot of garbage was needed to win there. That's kind of not atypical for Lunchfish to do that. But Raikou managed to get what he needed there.
That was a pretty good force killer right there. And if you don't know what a force kill is, combine the words force and... No, it's just the fact that the losing condition is the garbage has to go above the playfield. And if you have no panels to swap to create any clears, and the garbage is filled up your screen, and about to go over, because the playfield's always rising, you've just been forced into a lose condition. It's a force kill.
Almost another one for Raikou onto Raphael, needing a little bit more of a follow-up. It might be it. Yep, 45 seconds. And about 6.5 minutes going into the Cave of Wickedness. Most of the top players in the main bracket have been putting some sort of average of around 6 minutes going into the cave. So considering Raikou's best time and how much he has played this game, this is rather solid pace for him. Especially with the 7 chain. And Raikou certainly likes to try and bring out his biggest chains in the biggest stages. Certainly a fan of the swag. Forky strats.
Because with dropping garbage, timing is everything, and while he did manage to drop a massive amount of garbage, it happened after Hookbill managed to just climb and raise their stack, which is their playing panels there. Did run out of time though, so he does clear at 47 seconds, still keeping that stage lead against ShadyJakey here.
Yeah, there is something to making the big chain just to make sure that you don't have to worry about keeping your opponent topped off the entire time. You can just make a somewhat different approach for the rest of the stage, just to keep a stop time and shake time to a minimum.
Yeah, because I mean, even if you have a very large piece of garbage on the top, your incentive or goal is to create chains and combos, those combining of the panels. So if you are busy working on that, you just have a big brick that constantly just goes down, 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 down. It's eventually gonna crush you. Or if you take the time to clear it, well, if you look at the playfield, that clears like line by line by line. It's a very slow process to get rid of it.
Down stack alert! Oh, Raikou almost had enough to put Front Plant down immediately, but almost enough time.
Gotta hurt.
Jake is right on his heels. His Piranha Plant raising the stack really high. So this follow-up chain should be good.
Oh, that hurt me on the inside for Raikou. The second tier at the very last moment to keep the match going at this point. 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Oh,
and
Jake's
climbing.
power plate was down to 2 lines.
That's it for Raikou.
Oh,
He finishes the stage at a minute 46. But oh, second tier just being the theme of the stage.
Oh, jeez. Okay, Jake's throwing out a big chain to follow up. What about what Raikou is up to here? Not starting with a combo, but now getting some in.
Alright, that's it for Jake. Going on to Kamikupa.
And this process of transforming garbage into regular panels generally takes a really long time. You don't like to see it because it wastes a lot of time, but it is a necessary evil to dealing with this game, and Raikou does get the advantage heading into Bowser as Jake continues to struggle to top off Kamek. What's Raikou gonna do here? Oh, there might have been something else there, he just didn't see it.
On the bright side, he still has a lot of panels to deal with, so he can still create something. It's just a shame that a portion of it just had to get burned.
Alright, he's on to something right now. He's probably got next 8 chain in mind here.
This is oh, okay. That's
X
still a lot of garbage.
9.
This is not actually looking good if this... Okay. Oh.
Oh, Raikou might have needed to just raise his stack there at the beginning. Oh boy, well, he's got second tier.
Alright. It's still looking rough
Bowser
for Bowser. There's
doesn't
not
have...
much.
Oh, jeez.
Ouch.
Force kill from Jake's Kamek.
He's closing in.
There's room yet. Bowser's still not topped off. There's a follow-up chain Raikou's throwing down. This might do it.
There's a lot of garbage.
There's gonna be some flattening going on here. No. 112. So about 12:04 for RaikouRider. And he will be taking that first match in this best of 5. Jake's poised to be right behind that X6 chain as a follow-up will certainly do him a lot of favors, and Bowser's gonna be hard pressed to get out of this. And nope, about 12:39. So that was rather rather close.
Yeah, that was really good. If I mean, there was a struggle. That was definitely a long stage Raikou had to deal with there. Fortunately, Jake couldn't capitalize on it all that much, but being within 36 seconds of each other is pretty good, especially since it's only the first match.
Yeah, most of the I want to say most of the races we have seen have not been like that close. We're usually seeing runners finish in like 1 to 2 minutes apart in a race, because that's just how varied this game can be. Like if you happen to lose like 5 seconds at a time on every single stage, there you just lost a minute, and 5 seconds sounds like nothing. So there's definitely a huge amount of variety that can happen in the times, and that might be reflected a little bit in our competitors' personal best times as well.
I mean, even if you think about it, there's what, 13, 14, 15-ish stages? If you are behind your opponent by like even 3 seconds every stage, that is half a minute right there, just because you were 3 seconds slower. Or more, actually. Close to a minute difference in times. But you're only 3 seconds slower each stage.
And there's one other rather simple piece of evidence of how varied this game can be just in the leaderboard for this mode. Like just at the top of the V-Hard leaderboard, there's our world record holder Yoshibitsu 658. I'm at 701, and then for third, fourth, and fifth, there's a tight group of people packed at 747, 748. There's just a huge gap by comparison between second and third place. It's quite amazing that this game has shaken out like that. And it looks like our second race is underway. Lakitu does not like to raise a stack at the very start, so more garbage is usually required. Both players are... Though Raikou almost getting Lakitu pinned down. Oh, Lakitu's gonna make a chain from that. Oh, please. Please, Lakitu, this is not your place to chain. None of these foes before the Cave of Wickedness actually know how to chain. Not actively. So, any chains they do get is pure luck. Something you don't really like to see too much, but that's just life. Okay, I see that 8 combo into the 6 chain. Alright, Raikou throwing down some good stuff on this second stage. 23 seconds. Yep, that works. That definitely works. Jake, meanwhile, putting up a bit of a struggle, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a pretty early advantage right now that Raikou has, being already a stage ahead in stage 3. Because if it's this much of a difference early on, there's so much potential for the gap to just grow. Although Jakey is trying to not let that happen. But Raikou, yeah, 30 seconds in, he's going to keep that stage lead that's going on right now.
And as much as that lead can grow over the course of this race, the lead can also shrink in the blink of an eye. We did see Raikou have a 2-minute stage at the very end, so it is still much too early to call anyone out of it.
What the puzzle gods giveth, they can taketh away.
Alright, Poochie has blamed Jake in 30 seconds. Or Jake blaming Poochie.
The exact same time Raikou took, so he's keeping pace with him at least.
Definitely good to keep the pace, and there's just been a bunch of 30-something second stages, so there hasn't been a huge opportunity to pull away here. At least Raikou has not been able to take great advantage of it as of yet.
That was actually not the greatest situation for Jake right there. He, who is this, Wiggler? Yeah, Wiggler. Flying Wiggler? Flying Wiggler. Had almost no panels, but Jake also didn't send really any garbage at all, so that just allowed for the stack to kind of climb up and went from being potentially sub 30 to 41 seconds. Not a lot when you think about it, but in Tetris Attack, it can be the difference between winning or losing.
Yeah, the differences are just that small. Like one small misstep can one small misstep that you're not prepared for, and just suddenly 10, 20 seconds gone. And that can happen multiple times in the course of 12 stages. So yeah, the time losses can be absolutely huge. All right, Raiko did enough to get that force kill on Froggy. It was slow, and it almost did not get there. Oh, and
Jake is
Froggy
just
doing Jake bad too.
I'm seeing a consistent problem where all the components are there, but it just comes down to a lack of garbage output. And I think that's gonna really be make or break in these matches for him. It's how consistent he can keep his garbage output. Raikou, on the other hand, has no problem just smashing his opponent with a literal pile of bricks. Jake, on the other hand, is more like whip one baseball. I mean, both hurt, but the bricks will hurt more.
Bricks definitely do hurt more, and Raikou does exit the first half at about 5:30. The lead is starting to cascade just a little bit. Raikou not really going out of his way for super complicated chain setups here. But okay, he decided that X9 was enough here. And, yeah, Lunchfish isn't doing a whole lot to, do anything about this, but still has enough. Still has that 1-0 answer.
The worst part is all of those reds, the ability to chain or combo them is just invisible to me. So whenever somebody gets it at the last moment, it's just, whoa! Things are happening.
A little bit of a downstacking alert for Lunchfish, and Raikou does leave the stage as Jake is just now entering it. So the gap is closing to some degree.
Yeah, Raikou is definitely slowing down on these later stages here. If we get a repeat of the last match where he comes to a grinding halt on one of the stages in the caves, it could be really bad, especially now that Jake got a 23-second stage
18! 18 for
Oh.
Raphael!
That
Oh,
is
goodness. That is both players really picking up the pace.
You know how in like fighting games, you get that super combo, and then all of a sudden somebody parries it at the last second? That's just what happened here. Raikou doesn't know it yet, but he just stopped a very bad thing from happening.
Alright, Raikou's still trying to throw down the big chains. Looks to be an X6 at the beginning. And that is enough, 20 seconds.
They're going hard though, look at that. Jake just got a 31. He's catching up a little bit, but honestly, the best part about races like this is you literally have no idea what your opponent is doing. So it's amazing to us that it went from like over a minute stages to now like sub-minute as the game goes on. These stages get harder. I would hope they get harder.
Opponents
They
get
have
faster,
no
so I
idea
would
what's
hope so.
happening.
Yeah, sometimes there's a runaway in these stages, and then other times they end up super close, and it's just so interesting to watch as a casual observer. 27 seconds from Raikou. He's doing work.
And what would
Yeah.
be a good average time for the stages in the caves or cards?
Oh, you would not be too ashamed to have anything under 30.
So they're doing pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm not gonna say too much more about Raikou's pace right now, but just know it's pretty good. Just throwing down the huge chains. The X9 that I don't think Kamek was ready for. Although he is ready to chain. Boy, is he ready to chain. The X4 not looking too pretty. Oh, Jake throwing down a somewhat impressive chain on Piranha Plant here. Oh, this could go down to the wire again. Oh, ooh, okay. Raikou's stack's looking a bit low.
Jake is going on to stage 11. That gap has been, he's made it over it. Now he just has to push Raikou out of the way.
Oh, Kamek's really helping out with that. But not anymore. Kamek does get out of the way. Raikou once again with the advantage going into Bowser. And you know what? Maybe a good Bowser would give Raikou a new best time. Oh, bit of a drop on the first chain. Wonder if he heard me in the back of his mind. All right, there we go. There's a nice, quickly built chain. Not quite enough though. Oh, is there another line or two? Oh, so close.
Jake.
So close to being there.
He's learning to just throw piles of bricks. But is it going to be enough?
Oh, Bowser, the ultimate decider. Raikou just wants to make a real ton of bricks. Goodness gracious. Oh.
This is... Bowser has so much to work with here. He just needs to get something to start clearing off the garbage. There it is.
X11 chain from Jake to Bowser. Oh my goodness, the screen's gonna shake so much for the large chains, but Raikou's doing the same thing. Oh, there it is. 12-14, 12-16 from Jake. What?
That was close. Yeah, we can say that.
Wow.
That was close.
Wow.
You can't see my face right now.
Jeez.
It's definitely showing something. That
that had to have been our closest finish of the entire tournament. I don't
Picture
recall a
says
race being any closer than that.
picture says 1,000 words. That was a photo finish.
Wow. There we go. There we go. Raikou taking the 2-0 lead in thrilling fashion. Oh, final seconds. Oh, wow. Just poof. Well, I don't think either of these players really need to do much more to improve their chances. I think they've ended up settling on some sort of large chain tactic. Now we'll just let we'll just bear witness to RNG taking its course.
Yep. It's pretty crazy. If you look at the last match that happened, their personal bests were really close together, like close enough that you can't really call it either way. You take a look at these two where there's a decent difference between the two personal bests, and we have one of the closest matches possible. Tester's attack, just unpredictable. Can't do it.
Man, it's a good thing there's still a little while until the next race is about to begin, because I need to breathe a little bit to catch up after that oof. Yeah, those are definitely some fun close ones. Again, I don't think we've had a single match be any closer in the entire tournament so far. Even going back to group stage, I don't think we had another race go closer than 5 seconds. So, man, like Raikou is on game point, but Jake is certainly capable of bringing it from here. He's gonna have to, because he's now fighting for his tournament life. That X6 chain will be a start. Oh, Lakitu's just flattening the stack there. That's rude. Alright, 27 seconds. 29 seconds for Raikou. As expected, the beginning is really close.
Leads just like, you know what? They finished 2 seconds different. We're just gonna make it 2 seconds different.
Yeah, I know. Raikou has been going to a rather large chain strategy, and look, 15 seconds. It's certainly working for him, but I wonder if the success that Jake found with that tactic is gonna lead him to do it more, because I'm not seeing too many large chains from Jake just yet.
The thing with having such large chains is it becomes, the larger your chain, the more important it is to cut it off at the right moment, because you want to drop that when your opponent is as low as possible to not give them any playing room whatsoever, or at least when they have as little stop time as possible. If you drop it when they're like all the way up, I've done tons of clear, tons of time, doesn't matter how large that piece of garbage you threw at them is, they can deal with it as they please.
Yeah, the larger individual pieces of garbage do make the screen shake more, and you cannot actually lose the game while your screen is shaking. So you want to keep that shake time at a minimum by making the smallest chains that you need to. But first things first, you need to put down enough garbage to win, and if that means big chains, then it means big chains. Raikou is certainly exemplifying that quite well.
Oh,
in this match.
This is close. This is ridiculously close. I wonder who's gonna break off first. Because at this point, any one of them can just win at a snap and then get the stage lead.
Jake's not starting off super great here with Froggy. Raikou, however, throwing down a 9 chain. If anyone's gonna be trying to get off to a bigger start, it's going to be Raikou with these bigger chains. I mean, Froggy is able to find ways to clear the garbage, but he just runs out of time real quickly. Oh, here we go again.
What is going on? I'm
Jake's
like
taking the lead right back.
I'm staring at my timers to make sure they're in sync, to make sure I'm not going crazy. Because this is ridiculously close.
Well, Jake
One
with an
thing I
early drop there,
realized,
though.
is that Raikou is not actually starting with a combo. He tries to do it in the middle of the chain, but he does not actually start with the combo.
Certainly.
I mean, it's working out for him. Okay, and the lead has been... let's re-roll that sentence. RaikouRider now has the lead against ShadyJakey. But he is not far behind. Raikou's just inching that stack upwards, clearing Lungefish at 30 seconds. Jake's Lungefish doesn't have much to work with, but it's still ongoing. Alright, 12 seconds for Raikou right on Raphael. That is crazy. Jake is right behind though, 47 seconds at stage 7. There's a pretty clear stage lead now. Now Raikou has slipped during these stages in the caves. That was a 10 chain. Okay. I can live with that. Just drop a giant brick. "29 seconds. Ooh, Jake at 31 seconds. Keeping that lead at only one stage, not letting it grow any farther than it has to.
Yeah, things certainly have appeared to have expanded a bit in my absence.
It did.
And getting a little bit of a smaller change from Jake here. Raikou, on the other hand, is continuing to work the large chains, working them to some good effect. 26 seconds. Hello. That was much needed.
Now that you've mentioned that you've trying to write the book on rules, I don't think Raikou's following them right now.
There's something consistent in what he's doing. Nothing's been super fast, but he's finding himself doing what he needs to do. And I also note in my little rule book on the leaderboard for this game that you definitely have to make your chains bigger, as if you can't make them fast enough. And wow. all right, hold on a minute.
That is,
Hold on a minute. What is this game right now? What is Raikou doing right now? Like I really will have to consider.
On for a minute. It didn't work out.
Might have to consider rewriting the book. Although this chain's smaller. No combos behind it. It had a chance to work.
Now, why do we send the combo?
It's mostly a matter of the screen shake from the larger chains, because when a large garbage block falls on your side of the field, your screen shakes a lot, and you can't lose while your screen is shaking. So the idea with combos is that you want to send as much garbage as you reasonably can, and you want to minimize the amount of shake time. So you want to use the combos just to build 2 rows of garbage at a time with your chain instead of just 1. And yeah, that's not something that Raikou does super well, but this is whatever he's doing now is working for him. Although Bowser has started to give him a bit of a hard time, Jake's trying to come back. Oh. And Raikou's having to work out a whole nother chain. Bowser working a whole nother chain. Raikou's just dropped what he has. He's done that.
It's rough for Jake. Kamek just keeps clearing on the garbage, not.
And there it is. And there it is. RaikouRider getting that sweet PB by a whole minute. And that 10-20 will allow RaikouRider to take this match 3-0 over our number 2 seed. Woof.
Is there any better way to win than by getting a personal best? I don't think so.
It's hard to top it. Nothing I've ever had the pleasure of doing, unfortunately.
Potentially getting world record. But what if world record is your personal best?
Oh no! Oh no, Jake took the L right at the end.
Ooh. Would have been a great time. 25 seconds just on the wrong side of that match right there.
Ah.
With
Crazy.
that, we don't go out with a bang, but a whimper.
Well, Jake certainly had his share of moments in this bracket, so can't be too displeased about what he's been able to do. Going out with a 10 chain on that last stage, that's certainly one way to go about it. This is gonna be enough.
I would really hope so.
Yeah, there we go. That yeah, that is a statement to close it out. But there we go. There we go. Jake is unfortunately eliminated from this tournament. May be able to settle for a potential third place match with Edo Bean in the near future, but we do have our finals now for this redemption bracket set. It will be the 6th seed RaikouRider and our number 1 seed Raphael. And Raikou's certainly no stranger to finals matches in redemption bracket, so that's good. That's gonna be a fun one, especially if Raikou's coming in this hot. It's gonna be hard for Raphael to compete.